Hey my beloveds, and welcome to this week's video. I am so happy to be with you guys today. This topic is very, very near and dear to my heart. And I get so many people messaging me, asking me to talk about this. So today I was thinking, okay, what do I want to talk about today? And this is what we're going to talk about. Living life on your own terms. And here's what I mean by that. It's really living life outside the box of conformity. I'm speaking to men here as well, but I am really speaking to my women here, my young girls and my ladies, because society, the culturals, and even in our own family, put so much pressure on a young girl, and as she grows up into a young woman, to have to be a certain way. Like, for example, when are you going to get married? So many people will ask that. When are you going to have kids? And there's just so much pressure on a young woman, and a woman really of any age, that she has to pick a certain path or do a certain thing or even look a certain way. Good God, I can't even tell you guys how many times people will say to me, "You're 60, why don't you dress your age? Why don't you act your age? Why don't you cut your hair?" I'm like, no. I mean, now, if there's a woman out there who really wants to rock a gorgeous Holly Berry short do that is sexy and beautiful, and it resonates with her soul because that's the way she wants to present herself, more power to you. This is not about long hair. This is about our families, our cultures, and society, and even our countries trying to tell us how we should act, look, and be at any age, and what it's truly like to have the freedom to live your life outside of the box. Because trust me, my beloveds, when I tell you, I have absolutely danced to the beat of my own drummer my whole life. I have done things in a way that most people would have thought was crazy. From career changes that I have done, I mean, I went from being a doctor to being a professional dancer. People thought I was insane, but I don't care. And so that's the whole point of this video. I chose not to have kids. I mean, a lot of people have asked me to talk about this. I've spoken about this in previous videos, but I'm going to really talk about this here in this moment right now. I knew since I was 4 years old, literally, it was like, and I love children. So many of my friends have children. I absolutely adore children. I work with children. But I knew this lifetime, there were no babies coming out of this body this particular lifetime. I was very clear about that since I was 4 years old. And I want my young girls and my women who are listening to this, because so many of you message me and say, "Dr. Elizabeth, please talk about having children or not having children and how you made this decision." It's nobody's choice but yours. It's your body, it's your life, it's your choice. Even if your husband is like, "We need to have kids, I want to have kids." If you don't want kids, that is your choice. That baby is coming out of your body, not your husband's. Now, what I highly recommend is before you get with somebody, talk about this. I dated this wonderful man who I really was crazy about. I mean, there were so many things that were a great match for us. And I met him Christmas Eve of 2017. Then we dated throughout 2018, but he wanted children. He was really clear, and I'm really clear I don't. And so there's no sense. I mean, we've enjoyed each other's company, we've enjoyed time together, but if he wants kids, that's like, I bless you. I send you so many blessings that you have a family of your own and you find a woman who you want to have kids with. But that's not me. That is not my path, and I'm really clear on that. So what if you're a young woman or a woman of any age and you still could have children, let's say? What if you're not clear about that? I highly recommend that you get clear before you embark on that kind of journey, because trust me when I tell you, I have so many clients and friends who have kids. Unless you really really want that adventure, you're excited about that adventure, you're committed to that adventure. It's a hell of a journey if you're not sure you want kids, or if you're kind of maybe yes, maybe no. Do not go into it for somebody else, especially if you kind of are thinking you don't want to have kids. It's the responsibility of bringing another life into this world, a responsibility that you will be in charge of for the rest of your life, not just till they're 18, for the rest of your life. And it can be such a beautiful, beautiful adventure. But if it's not something that you're signing up for, or something that you're really excited about, if you're doing it for your family, if you're doing it for your significant other, if you're doing it for any other reason except for the fact that your soul and your heart and your spirit deeply, deeply are committed to having children and want to have children, it's a really, really difficult road to go down if you're not committed to it. One of my favorite movies, this is really one of my favorite movies, Eat, Pray, Love. In the movie, Julia Roberts, who plays Elizabeth Gilbert's character, she goes by Liz, and she's speaking to her literary agent, and they're best friends. And she says to her friend, well, when did you know you want to have kids? And her friend, who actually has a baby, says, having a child is kind of like getting a tattoo on your face. You really, really, really want to be committed before you start. And I just think that that's brilliant. It's funny, but it's brilliant. It's such a big deal. You really, really have to be committed to it. So I know I kind of feel like I'm pounding this point home, but for my young girls watching this, I just feel it's so important that you hear this. And this goes to the bigger scope of my video, which is how to live a life on your own terms, because having children is just a part of that. And how you can do that is by starting when you are young. And that's for my young girls. For my guys and girls who are already, grown adults, and you actually already have children of your own, I beg of you, please, please, these children come through you, but they are not of you. They belong to the universe. They've come here for their own path, their own purpose. I encourage you to teach them how to find their own purpose. I was raised, I'm 60, so I was raised old school by a very, very, by a very demanding, a very controlling father. He meant well, God bless him. I love him. He's a phenomenal physician. He's a good person. He just had no idea how to truly raise children. He thought that he was the master. I mean, literally, like he was like, we're his, we belong to him, and he controls us, and we are only to do what he says. And he wielded that power in a way that was not healthy. And so it took me a really, really, really long time to find my inner strength and my inner place where I could say, to anybody else, everybody else, and march to the beat of my own drum. And the crazy thing is as a child, I was very strong and very independent, and I knew what I wanted, and I tried to do that on my own, and I just got creamed. It was, pretty harsh. And so because I was so terrorized by my father, I backed that off. But as soon as I became an adult, I was out of there, and I was like, nothing and no one will ever try to control me or my life ever again. I'm living life literally on my own terms, and I have done that, and I am thrilled that I have done that. It has allowed me, it's one of the greatest joys in my life that I really have, and still to this day choose to live life outside the box of conformity. One of the other things I hear women say all the time is, Dr. Elizabeth, can you talk about the fact that you are 60 and you're not married? Because still, if I had $1 for every single person, especially potential dates, who say to me, you're not married? You've never been married? It's almost like, what's wrong with you? As opposed to respecting that, as opposed to saying, oh, okay, I respect the fact that you're really committed to finding a life partner who is, really amazing for you. My sisters all got married. There's 4 girls, and we all are a year apart. Every one of my sisters got married in their 50s, and they married the love of their life, and they're incredibly happy. I have friends who got married in their 50s, and some of them in their 40s, and they found the love of their life, and they have phenomenal relationships, and I mean world-class phenomenal relationships, which is why for me, I'm like, no, I certainly cannot settle for anything less than exactly what I want. And it's funny because there was a little snarky comment that was made in my last video, and I certainly am not going to give it much attention, but it was kind of like, oh, you've been manifesting your man, and you've been saying you want to manifest your man, and where is he? He's not here. It's been 6 months. And I was like, boo-boo. Let me speak to you a little bit about patience, about manifesting, about clearing energy that doesn't belong to you so you can truly manifest what you want, and also divine timing. Part of it is we can want what we want, but I share that with people because things don't always happen when we want them, but they happen in the timing that is the divine timing. And when you can really embrace that, especially as you're marching to the beat of your own drummer, it really helps and goes a long way towards you, me, everybody, manifesting whatever it is that we want. And for me, that is the love of my life. And so that's just a little answer to that little snarky comment. I sent her a little blessing. What can you do, right? Okay, is there anything else I want to say? I'm really passionate about this topic, as you guys can see. Let me see here if there's anything else. Okay. Oh, yeah. The last thing I would say, if you are a young person, if I'm speaking to my young guys and girls who are watching this video, for you, go on an adventure starting now to discover what things light your heart and soul and spirit on fire. And don't pay attention to what society or anybody else is trying to tell you you should do. And you pay attention to your heart, soul, and spirit and what it is you want to do, and you find ways to go after those things and then do them, be it hobbies or be it your career, be it the people you love. It doesn't matter. You just commit yourself to following your own path, your own purpose, your own destiny. It's like that Joseph Campbell quote. I love Joseph Campbell. It's like that Joseph Campbell quote. Follow your bliss. You follow that thread. I call it the golden thread. You follow that golden thread that will lead you to your life's path, purpose, and destiny. I promise you. I will leave you with this. Nothing and no one is so important that it can throw you off your life's purpose, path, and destiny. Not parents, not a significant other, nothing. When you stay true to yourself, trust me when I tell you, when you stay true to yourself, your path, your purpose, and your destiny, everything and everyone that you're worried about now, that you think you're going to isolate, that you think you're going to lose, if they truly love you unconditionally, they will fall in line. Trust me when I tell you. And I've had that experience time and time again myself. So trust me when I tell you, it will happen that way. But you have to be true to yourself and follow your own life's path and purpose. All right, my beloveds, I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you being here. Oh, so many of you messaged me asking me saying that you were interested in coaching. I'm so excited. You guys know I love coaching people. I truly love it, and I would love to work with you guys individually and in groups. It's what I do for a living. I'm really good at it. I get massive, incredible results for people, and I would love to work with all of you guys. Whoever is interested, message me and let me know, or I'll put my email right here. You guys can email me. And if you have emailed me, I either have already gotten back to you or I will get back to you, I promise. All right, mwah. I love you guys lots, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.